third graders. I'm here today with a lesson on fluency. Remember at the beginning of the school year we talked about fluency is how smoothly you read, reading with expression, changing your voice for the characters, having a good pace, and understanding what you read. I'm looking over here because I'm reviewing my poster. All right, I have a new poster for you today because this week we're going to talk about adjusting our speed. Sometimes when you're reading certain things, you have to adjust your speed to go a little bit slower or a little bit faster. What do you think that you would read that you could read faster? Or what is something that you might read that you need to slow down for? That's what we're going to talk about. I have a poster of some examples. So when we are adjusting our speed, the way we read, that's called our pace, how fast you read. You can slow down or go faster. And I have listed some of the reasons why you might need to slow down. You might need to slow down your reading rate if you're reading directions. Maybe you're learning how to build something. You need to read the directions carefully. Maybe you're making a new recipe and you've never done that before. You need to read slowly. Or maybe you're reading the directions on a math assignment. You need to go slowly so you know what to do. A lot of times we need to slow down if we're reading nonfiction. We're probably learning something about a topic for maybe school, and we need to slow down and make sure we're comprehending. We usually need to adjust our speed and go slower if what we're reading about is something new. It's a new idea or a new passage we've never read before. And we definitely need to go slower if something that we're reading is a difficult reading level. If it's maybe a little bit harder, we're challenging ourselves with a harder book, we might need to go a little bit slower. On the other hand, you maybe can read a little bit faster if the thing that you're reading is just for fun. You might be able to read fiction books a little bit faster. Over here I said you might need to slow down if you're reading something new. The exact opposite is true if you are doing a repeated reading. If it's something you've read before, if it's a repeated reading, you might be able to read it a little bit faster. And opposite of slowing down if the text is difficult, you can speed up a little bit if the text is easy. If it's lower than your normal reading level. Maybe you're reading to a younger sibling or the assignment is an easy reading level. I'm going to give you a couple examples and I want you to tell me if you think that we should read this book a little bit slower than our normal or if you think we could probably read it a little bit faster. All right, the first one is this book called Grasslands. Looks like it's a nonfiction book, so it's probably going to need to be a little bit slower, probably going to be learning something. But when I look inside, the text looks pretty easy for me. So that it's new, so it's nonfiction and new, but the text looks easy. So I might be okay to do in my just right range. What about this one? This one, I'm just going to check and see. Looks like it's fiction. It looks like it's new for me. I have not read this one before, but it looks kind of difficult. I think I'm going to need to read slow. It's harder than my reading level. All right, what about Lily's Purple Plastic Purse? Let's check this one out. It's just for fun. It's fiction. I have read this book before, and it's pretty easy for me. I think I'm going to be able to read pretty fast. All right, third graders, we're halfway there. We have 3 more books I want you to look at. Ooh, this one's called Chemistry in Medicine. Right away, I'm thinking I'm gonna need to slow down. This looks hard. Chemistry is like science, and I don't know a lot about medicine. Doctors have to go to school for a really long time because it's hard. When I open it up, the story of aspirin. This looks tough. I'm going to be learning. It's nonfiction. It looks difficult, and it's new. I'm definitely going to slow down to read this. The next one, you might not even know what it is, but this is my teacher book. It's how I'm supposed to teach reading. So for me, this is a how-to book. It gives me directions, step-by-step directions on how to teach reading. So I need to read this slowly so that I do every single step to make sure that I don't miss anything. This is directions, how to teach reading. I'm going to need to go slow. However, it's not new to me. I've been teaching the same reading for a while, so it's repeated reading. But it's always been 1 year since I taught the same lesson, so it seems like it's new every year. I'm going to go slow. And one last book, our favorite, Ready Freddy. Ready Freddy is pretty easy. It's a book that I've read before. I know the characters. It's a reading level below mine. It's just for fun, and it's fiction. I've never read this book before, but I've read Ready Freddy before. So I'm going to be able to read this one a little faster. All right, so just a review that we are making sure we adjust our speed or pace of reading when we read to help us be more fluent, and of course, as always, to make sure we understand what we're reading. Okay, have a great afternoon.